Hey guys, Mad Spidey here on my way to the Vintage and Modern Toy Fair in Melbourne Town Hall in Melbourne, Australia. I've just decided to buy a ticket, see what it's all about. It's also run by a good mate of mine, Andrew, who runs Hot Toys, and just on my way walking up now. A little bit early, but we'll get in line as it's a ticketed event and a timed ticketed event. So my ticket is the early bird at 9 o'clock, but we'll see how we go. Take a few little snapshots and stuff inside and add it to the video. Hopefully we pick up some goodies. Okay, see how we go.
I started a YouTube channel.
So, as you've just seen, I've been to the Vintage and Modern Toy Fair today in Melbourne, which is in Melbourne, Australia. I don't tend to stay long at the smaller events. I tend to know what I'm looking for. Obviously, I will check out everything, but I tend to just go in looking for specific things. I went in there today looking for comics. Unfortunately, there wasn't too much variety in stalls. I did have a look at the toys and the figures and things like that, statues, but there wasn't really anything that sort of grabbed my fancy, I suppose you could say. But I did pick up a couple of comics. I went in with a very limited budget. I could have basically bought a whole heap of cheaper ones, but I decided to focus more on the, I suppose you could say, the not key issues or sort of slightly more expensive books, which I did find. There were a couple that I really wanted, but I didn't have the money. As I said, I only brought a small budget with me, but I will show you what I picked up today. So I only ended up picking up 3 books, which doesn't sound like much, but I was only there for maybe an hour, just a little bit under, but I'm still happy with my purchases. So first one, Captain Marvel #1. Even though I'm not a massive Captain Marvel fan, it's still a book that I'd love, that I'd like to have in my collection, and now I do. So that's also a very awesome pickup for me. I'm starting to look at trying to get some key issues. I know Marvel prices have skyrocketed and I'm on a very limited budget, so it's very hard. Obviously, as everybody knows who watches this channel, my first love is Spider-Man, but the numbers that I do need are very hard to find in a good price. I'm not too fussed about quality. Obviously, if they're raw and they're fine, they're a 2 or a 3.0, that's fine by me, but I'm more looking for price. There was one there that I really wanted, but as I said, I didn't have the money. But anyway, so book #2, Dazzler #1. And they're all in pretty decent condition, actually. I tend to get, especially for the really older books, I tend to get really tatty sort of copies that, you know, as I said, are more affordable. But these are actually not too bad of copies. So, once again, not a character that is one of my favourites, but still, I would say still a sort of semi-key issue. My knowledge of key issues is very limited, but still a book that I wanted, and I was happy to pick that up today. Last one I was very happy to pick up was an early book, and I got it at a fairly decent price, especially for Australia. As you know, a lot of my American guys will know, our book selection over here is very limited, and if you do find it, it is extremely expensive. But Avengers 19, first appearance of the Swordsman. And still, for that kind of age of book, still in pretty decent nick. Like, obviously there's a lot of ticks and there's probably some markings and stuff inside the book, but as I said, I am not fussed with that sort of thing. So yeah, so it was a fun day all up. As I said, I only spent about an hour there. Smaller shows, I tend to do that. I always know what I'm looking for instead of sort of, you know, just dawdling around and just chatting to people. But I did have a chat because I do know the runner of the show, and another mate of mine actually had a booth there. But all in all, it was a fun day, and yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video, and please, once again, please subscribe to the channel. I'm only on about 50 subscribers at the moment. I'm not a big pusher of my channel, but if you do subscribe, that'd be great. If you can hit the thumbs up button as well, that would also be fantastic. So thank you again for tuning in, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.